Hello, everybody. I think this podcast is going to be supremely important to businesses that are dealing in FMCG or with goods that get spoiled easily. We're talking about temperature monitoring systems today. Hi, this is Prachi Bhandotya, and today, to discuss temperature monitoring system, I have with me Mrs. Pooja Shastri. Mrs. Pooja Shastri works as a senior business analyst at Uffizio, and it's great that she's here today because she analyzes client needs and has a lot of experience in understanding what businesses actually need. And temperature monitoring system is a must-have. So thank you so much for coming, ma'am. And I think it's great that you're here because you have a lot of experience dealing with business needs, and I think it's going to be great.
Yeah, it's great here to just speak on the topic which is currently very appropriate to talk on.
Yeah, absolutely. So I don't want to chit chat because I know we have a lot to talk. So cutting right to the chase, what is a temperature monitoring system?
So, elaborating temperature monitoring system, it is just a system that captures data via sensors and then reports temperature of the goods as well as storage spaces in real time.
So, like from what you just explained, I think one of the clear-cut benefits here is that if you have a good in transit, which is has a tendency to get spoiled, so with that you can transport it at an ideal temperature, so that it doesn't get spoiled.
Yeah, right. Fast consuming products are just into transit day to day life. So now monitoring those products and getting those products in a correct temperature means optimizing temperature is a very essential thing.
Okay.
So the better option to get over this is the foods don't get spoiled. So if the foods and the products are into transit for like couple of days or more,
Right.
then they will be fresh and good to consume.
Right.
So temperature monitoring system comes into existence here.
Yeah. I mean, if you're a fleet manager and unfortunately one of your fleets break down, like worst come circumstance, so in that case, you'll be worried that your product, say for example milk or like apples or fruits or vegetables, will get spoiled. But like with temperature monitoring system, you don't have to worry about it.
Yeah, absolutely correct. The reason behind that is when it is into transit, the most important feature that we provide are alerts and notifications.
Right.
For example, the products are in transit, and if there is slightest of the change into products, then the temperature monitoring system will give us notification or
detect
alerts
that, yeah.
to detect that problem.
Right.
So by sitting at a place where you are already there, you can just decrease or increase the product temperature.
Right.
And they also provide us reports. So basically that reports will help you a lot by just analytics of the trends.
Right.
So that gets into a very easy hand-to-hand thing.
Right. I just realized we're using the term FMCG, and I'm like, maybe some of our listeners are not, familiar with that term. So FMCG is fast-moving consumer goods, and example is like, as I mentioned, vegetables, fruits, dairy, meat, medicines, right?
Yeah, true. So basically these are day-to-day life what
Right.
we use, and they need to be very easily handled with this transiting process. And another benefit of this is we not only just control the temperature or monitor the temperature of the goods, we also control and monitor the temperature of the storage spaces.
Right.
So monitoring them is also a beneficial thing. We need a whole kit to just get the goods into transit. Plus all our temperature monitoring system features are configurable, like on to go.
Right.
If you want to change the threshold values of the temperatures or just indicator changes, you can do on a easy handy thing.
Yeah, just like with a couple
Yeah,
of
very
clicks.
quick.
Yeah,
So
absolutely.
this is very easy to do.
Yeah, I think that's what I like most about our software because everything is customizable.
Yeah,
right?
true.
So many people have come here and they've all stressed on this that customization is not just because it's cool, like it actually helps you because
Yeah.
if you want to transport a product at like 4 degrees Celsius instead of 5 degrees Celsius, you can do that.
Yeah, true. Because when I analyze these things, we just have this feature directly coming from the consumer.
Yeah.
The customer will directly have
Put a
that.
need
I
for
want
that.
simple.
Yeah.
and customize in my way.
Yeah, absolutely.
And that is the best thing we provide.
Right.
So that's the reason everyone points out to customization.
Right.
And the same way we have monitored temperature monitoring system. So that would be handy, easy, and very useful in use.
Right. So we do temperature monitoring system from like manufacturing units right to the delivery hub, and configurable alerts. So I think this is really great. Before I let you go, I know you said it a lot that you're constantly dealing with clients who give you needs. So can you like give us a couple examples where businesses have like put forward their needs and where temperature monitoring systems have actually helped them improve their business?
Correct. This is the main point we should discuss, because currently our scenario is like vaccines into transit, and which is a very important pharmaceutical good. So the first use case what we should talk about is pharmaceutical goods. They need to be controlled in a certain kind of temperature.
Absolutely.
The storage spaces where they transit into, the goods like the vaccines which they transit into, they need to have a control, so they do not get easily spoiled, and that would be very useful in a current scenario. Let's talk about like another use case, dairy product. So dairy product, when the raw milk is to be transferred from the farmers to the dairy industries, they need to be in certain temperature, otherwise they get spoiled. Plus when they get into transition into the dairy industry, after they are being processed, they are transitioned into a house. So that also need to be in current temperature. Plus they have to also keep into mind that after being transitioned, they also get to survive in a home, household fridges, etc. So in that way, our temperature monitoring system would be very easy to analyze these things. And like concluding into this use cases, temperature monitoring system is very useful in dairy industry as well as pharmaceutical companies. So these use cases are very abrupt in our companies, which we get, which we analyze, and we know that consumers are dependent on this use cases.
I think just for the sake of time we're discussing two, but I think the use cases are limitless.
Yes.
Like from food delivery to beverage delivery to dairy, pharma, and not just vaccines. I mean all the drugs, like everything that is sensitive to temperature needs a great temperature monitoring system, and I think our software really helps.
One another example I should tell you, the franchise things, like the food franchise things, they also get their raw materials into transit. This is a daily need. This is a use case of a daily needs. So this is very helpful in those use cases. So when we count these use cases, it's like 1, 2, 3, and I don't know how they can take into any case of that.
And you know what I like about these use cases? They're directly linked to our health. So if you're transporting a good that's getting spoiled, it's gonna affect the health of the consumer, and I think no business would want that.
That's why we have temperature monitoring system in our solution.
I think we covered a lot. I mean, thank you so much for like this burst of information. I think we really dialed it down for people who may not be familiar with the terminology. So thank you for doing that. And to our listeners, thank you for being patient and listening to us. If you have more questions, you can send us an email at info@uffizio.in. This was Prachi Pandutya, and I'll be back again with new episodes. So keep watching us, and thank you.
Thank you.